What's going on, yo? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment. Be sure to hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notification so that you're able to get all of my content as well as all of my videos. Now, regardless of what people want to say, and regardless of how people feel about Chris Middleton, he's needed. He's going to be needed in against the mediocre teams, or what you see as mediocres, or against the lower seed teams, and he's going to be needed, healthy throughout the entire playoffs. Okay. Now, Chris Middleton um, didn't didn't play too particularly well that last game. Matter of fact, he had like 7 turnovers. Okay. Um, and I get it. I get it. You know, but what's up with it, True Viking Queen? I see you in the building. A lot of people got to understand this though. There's a lot of stuff that Chris Middleton does on the floor that really gets looked over. Okay. Um, I've said it time and time again. Okay, last season, and look, I'm not just talking about last season. We're talking about this season too. Okay, last season, Chris Middleton, he led the league in defensive win shares. Okay, um, hey, he might mess up and do some, make some ill-advised decisions at times. Shoots very poorly, but Chris Middleton off that some of these other guys can't step up, or are not going to step up, because if you're a championship team, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have, uh, weapons. But he shot poorly in game one. He only shot 4 of 13, and that's the one I think he had 7 turnovers. But then in that game before, he got hurt. Um, he shot 6 of 11, and he had 8 assists. Okay, he still is needed. Okay, he still is needed. Um, he played really well against Boston earlier before the season had just came to a close, in which he shot 50%. But then he'll be a roller coaster ride in terms of his offense. And I've never been a fan of. I'm more a fan of his effort on defense. I've always said that about Chris Middleton, but he is needed. He is needed, whether some people want to believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? There's some times when Chris Middleton will shock you. Now he does have sort of that type of roller coaster type of game, when he'll be up and then he'll be down, then he'll be up, then he'll be down. He can't be consistent. Yeah, and I'm talking about mainly on offense, but he is needed on defense. Okay. Um, I know some people are expecting me to get on here and shit on a guy like Chris Middleton, but that's not what I'm going to do. Okay. That's absolutely not what I'm going to do. Um, Now, this is going to okay. A lot of people are like, it falls in the hand of Giannis. I agree with that, but more so the person that it needs to fall in the hands of is Coach Mike Budenholzer, because he's going to have to be able to adjust. The name of the game right now for both of the teams that got to the finals right now, is adjustments. Okay, that's the name of the game, adjustments, and that's always how sports and basketball has been in general. It's about adjustments. Okay, listen, Chris Middleton, whether you like it or not, if he was so bad, if he was so terrible, if he was so trash, if he was this and he was that, how come he's a plus 265 on the floor this season? You got to take that into account. If Luka was in the negative earlier this season, and not very many people knew that, and he was considered their best player. And guess what? Dallas ended up winning without Luka yesterday. You understand? Now, I'm going to talk about Devin Booker a little bit later. I absolutely am going to talk about Devin Booker a little later as it pertains to Monty Williams. Okay. And I believe that Coach Budenholzer is more of the uh he's going to be looked at as the important person to make sure that this situation, is able to be, sustained. They're able to sustain beating the Chicago Bulls and being and sustain being shorthanded without Chris Middleton. Yo, they did, a decent job without the likes of Brook Lopez, but you see that Brook Lopez is a big help. But as I've said before, as I've told people, and this was in reference to the Phoenix Suns, everybody got to step up. It's the next man type of mentality. Okay, and there's no excuses in my book. Uh, you know, is he is he going to be? Is he a Hall of Famer caliber player? In some people's eyes, he's not. In the majority of people's eyes, he's not. And believe it or not, in some people's eyes, he is. Is he on the level? When we talk about being that Robin or whatnot of like a Scottie Pippen, or being that other option or whatnot. Nah, not at all. Now, one could argue about it. Defensively, yeah, he is. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like Chris Middleton is not needed, because if there's a case when Giannis is not is not doing that good and he's not struggling or whatnot, it's gonna fall in the hands of several guys on the team or whatever, and it's gonna have to come from several different directions in several different ways. I know that he has a nickname called Chris Middleman, named by the brother Jacob, but he's definitely needed. He's definitely needed. We can sit here and we can act like Chris Middleton is not needed. He's needed, and Chicago could mess around and end up winning. It's just like what now. I will say this though, and I agree with what Ticket TV was saying about Giannis. Giannis does have to step up. Giannis does have to get it done. Anybody else no pass. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm not giving anybody else any type of pass. And Budenholzer, if they happen to lose, I believe that Budenholzer might he might be on the hot seat. He might. I don't know because they did struggle earlier in the season. They struggled earlier in the season, but that was because of injuries and everything. You know, um, another thing that has to be looked at is that neither one of these guys, when we talk about Billy Donovan and when we talk about Coach Budenholzer, neither one of these guys are good coaches. I mean, well, neither one of these guys are particularly. I'm not going to go that far, but at the NBA level, Billy Donovan is not what you call such a great coach or anything like that, especially when you're going 0-22 in the regular season against elite teams. You know, um, but I don't know. A lot of people are feeling like they don't need Middleton and everything. But like I'm middle, I put to you like this, man. When he was in, because he did play for us. He played for Philly. Um, Sorry about that. When he played for Detroit, sorry, he didn't play for Philly. I'm getting mixed up with Drew Holiday. But when when he first started out, Chris Middleton was really on the low end. He was didn't wasn't even his rookie season. He had only averaged like 6 points a game, and then jumped all the way up, to 20, within what 2 years. Well, I mean, he jumped up to 18. You know, like I like his progression, but like I said, man, it's just his inconsistency, man. Hold on one second. And I didn't like the flagrant foul that he did against what's his name? Said Giannis don't need him. Okay, we already know that. Um, but if that's the case, why aren't they on the verge of sweeping them, Floyd? You're talking about they don't need him. They do need him, and you keep saying, "Listen, I already know that about Giannis." You could be, an MVP all day. Jokic was an MVP, and you see what's happening now, right? So you're sitting there saying, "Oh, well, Giannis don't need him." Look, Giannis. I advocate for Giannis on this channel. Don't get it twisted. But I'm not going to sit here and act like Chris Middleton is not needed, Florence. I mean, yeah, but that's not Florence. We're not talking about who's the best. We're talking about who's the most important, or who's one of the important guys on the team. And Chris Middleton is needed. Okay, like you're looking at you're looking at both. You're looking at just offense, probably. I'm looking at it more so on the defensive end and also from an intangibles. So we could sit here and we could say, yeah, he's the best this, he's the best that. Hey, if he's such the best and everything, they would be up 2-0. No, yeah, he was. That was last season. I mean, that was 2 seasons ago. Florent, he Marcus Smart is the defensive player of the year this year. Okay, I mean he's still gonna give you effort on defense, but I think you're getting it, mistaken. It does not take one to win a championship. Giannis did a lot. He did a lot in the championship, but Middleton did his part. Holiday did his part. Everybody on the Bobby Portis, he did his part. PJ Tucker, they did their part. You gotta, you're talking about accolades. You're talking about individual accolades and stuff like that. No, we're talking about now one of the important pieces because Chris Middleton, whether you like it or not, he was in there and he won and he was playing right alongside Giannis. And the thing you're not looking at, if you want to go with analytics and, well, not really analytics, but if you want to go there and keep screaming what this guy has and what he's done, what Giannis has done. I know what Giannis has done, and I know what he brings to the table. But I also know what Chris Middleton brings to the table. But you're saying the same thing. Listen, again, let's go back to that. You're you keep saying he's the best player. There is a difference between being the best and the most important. Stop screaming PER and analytics. Okay, that stuff goes out of the window when we're talking about winning. Hey, if you're gonna go PER and value over the replacement, let's talk about something right here. Let's go plus and minus, right? Like I told you before, Chris Middleton is a plus 65. If we want to go there, I mean that's all wonderful, but man, nobody's thinking about. Listen, do you want a high? Jokic got he's number three all time in PER, and they're about to get swept. Okay, but you're talking about you want him on the level of Akeem Olajuwon, right? You're saying he's on the level of Shaq, guys like that, right? I remember what you said, Florence. And Giannis is going to step up. I have no doubt, but I'm not going to say. Listen, everybody else has to do their part too as well. Florence, you're saying that. Oh yeah, well Middleton is not needed. Yes, he is needed. He's needed on defense. No, he's not. He's not number one. Michael Jordan is number one all time. Go do your research, man. Jokic is number three. He's like number three or number four. LeBron James is number two. Come on, man. Listen. Guys know me, man. You know, around here, man. They know that I'm not uh primarily all about the the analytics and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not all about that. But if you want to bring that stuff up and you feel so compelled to do that, I mean, we could go ahead and have that argument. But I'm not going to judge. Okay, you're talking about Jokic and um, player efficiency rating, but he don't have no championships. He hasn't been he hadn't been successful. The only type of success that he's done is when he got to the Western Conference Finals, but he still got swept or whatever. Now, I'm giving him a slight little pass because he doesn't have like Ticket had pointed out yesterday. He don't have his two weapons. But I mean, still, when he had his weapons when he went to the Western Conference Finals. Um, I'll give you that to a certain extent. Murray did make some. He was valuable. Yes, he was. You know, but let's not act like Jokic wasn't important in that series too as well. And there were some times when Jamal Murray was very inconsistent too, and he made some ill-advised decisions. But I mean, they had a chance to get it done in the bubble. You know what I'm saying? But they just didn't get it done. Okay, yeah, I know that. Um, he averaged 26.5 points per game. I know that. We all know that. But there were times when he shot very poorly. Florent, there were times when he shot very poorly. Okay. Uh, One game he shot only 40%. Another game he shot only 37.5%. Another game he shot 31.3%. Another game he shot 33%, 33%, 29%, 36%, 42%. There were some games when he really struggled, man. So let's not act like okay. So what is that? What's up with the think tank? I see you in the building. What is that? What does that have to do with anything? Him being a guard. What that automatically gives you a pass for being inefficient? Absolutely not. It doesn't. Because if you do, then you're gonna get cooked. Michael Jordan didn't get any pass in '96 when he shot 20%. There's still no excuse. If you're inefficient, you're inefficient. But he had a lot of just as much as he played good and had a lot of points and everything. It's just like Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, yeah, he's scoring a lot of points, but guess what? He's inefficient. No, yeah, no, the Bulls won. The Bulls won in '96. In '96, with the help of Dennis Rodman. Hey, Florent, I love that you're bringing this up too. Okay, I love that you're bringing this up. You want to know MJ's his stats? Now, let's bring that up again. All right, since you wanna bring stuff up. Oh yeah, Michael Jordan, he was so great. Okay, he was so great, and he won in the series. Michael Jordan, he shot. Hey, overall in that series, he shot 41.5% in that '96 final. That's way below what Jordan shoots. Guess what? He shot 40%, 40% in game two. Then in game four, he shot 31.6%. And then in that sixth and final game, he shot 26.3%. Yeah, they won, but Jordan was inefficient, especially the last game. And I'm an MJ fan. He won. Who cares? Oh, right. Yeah, okay. You're saying who he won? Who cared, right? But you're bodying yourself. You're getting bodied right now. You know why, Florent? Because you're sitting here. You're bringing up all these stats and stuff like that. You put yourself in the own hole. You're okay. So you first off, you want to bring up PER, but then you talk about, oh yeah, well, yeah, he's the best on the floor and all this other stuff. But then you're like, oh, he won, so who cares? Okay, well, you got to keep the same energy. If you're gonna bring up stats and analytics and metrics and all this other stuff or whatever, well, you got to keep the same logic, man. You're not you bringing all this stuff to the table and stuff like that. Yeah, he won the game, but what you're not understanding and what I'm talking about with Middleton, he is needed because he's an important piece to the squad, whether you believe it or not. So you trying to tell me they can if you that confident in the whole Bucks team and stuff like that, do you think that they could win the whole championship or win the whole thing without a guy like Middleton? Yeah, he was the Finals MVP. But if you go back, which I know you probably not gonna go back and go do no studying or anything like that. Um, you listen, you're not gonna study the game. But if you go back, hey, Think Tank knows what I'm talking about. Hey, Think Tank, who is the real Think Tank? You remember that '96 series, right? Who is the real MVP in that series? Who is the real MVP on the Bulls against the Sonics? Who is the real MVP against the Sonics? And I'm not even gonna answer. And don't answer yet, young. Who was the real MVP in the '96 finals? Think Tank and Florian. I'm gonna go. That just goes to show you. You just going. You reading stuff. You're not going back and you're not really looking at film. You looking at highlights and you looking at these documentaries. Oh yeah, well Michael Jordan played like ass and he shot 41% for that series. Oh, but he was so great. No, and you're talking about a Jordan fan, all right? Let's just make that clear. But 26.5% young, that's
Mm.
efficient. 31.3%, that's efficient. That's what Jordan shot. And why was that? Because a guy who's in the Hall of Fame, only other guard besides Marcus Smart to win what? Defensive Player of the Year, and Gary Payton. Go ahead, young.
Uh, Slow Polo. You know,
Man, where you been, bro? Man,
working, man, starving.
yeah, man. No, man, we got a whole lot of boxing coming on,
Yeah,
man.
man, starving, bro. I've been starving, working, hungry.
What's up with it though?
Um, I already knew this. No, so this particular person is this particular person saying he lifting up, who trying to lift for Middleton, saying, oh, he this and that, and I'm like, it's just one good playoff guy game. I don't know, he just had one good run that went to the finals. That's it. And seeing that him against the Bulls proves my point, because yeah, look, as Caruso was tearing him up in defense. I seen it was game. I remember it was game one. Middleton Middleton was putting the clamps out. I mean, Crusoe putting clamps on him, and you know, so no, it's a big loss. No, it's definitely a big loss. You know,
Yeah, he had 7 turnovers too.
seven turnovers. He wasn't look good. No, but the worst thing that can happen for Milwaukee is that they um they have been severely, lacking wing depth since Ibaka trade. So now they down to now he's hurting. So now they down to Wes Matthews, who's not good. You got Grayson Allen, Pat Cunningham, you got Pat, who are solid, and Jordan Narwhal. And so most likely they're gonna slide Giannis to the three and put Portis in the four, which Ibaka's taking over as a backup center. Or Lopez. Or they might put Lopez in center. Who knows? Um, seeing this, they just gotta, it like I said, you know, like I said, he was not playing the part he was, because like I say, as Caruso was putting that defense on him, he was putting that defense on Middleton, making him feel comfortable, and also his shots wasn't going well. He was not making good shots. Turnovers as well. And definitely was the turnovers. And now the thing for Bus is, can they win without him? Can they win Game 3 in Chicago without this man?
Well, let me say this, okay? Now, look, I understand what you're saying, young, but I'm not. Listen, I'm not even disagreeing with you in terms of the offense. I never really looked at Middleton for his offense, but you have to look at him for his defense, and he's important in that regards. The thing about it is that what he brings to the table, people don't understand, and I've said it time and time again. Okay, last year, Chris Middleton, what they don't talk about is that he led the league in defensive win shares in both the regular season as well as the playoffs. Now, everybody's talking about, oh yeah, well, Chris Middleton, he's so horrible and no, 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 no. He's not. It's just not that. I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about other guys. Well, he's a plus 265 for the season. But okay, wait a minute though. Luca's so great. He's so wonderful. Oh man, he's putting up all these points. How come he was in the negative in at the start of the season? He was like a negative 90, and Jalen Brunson was in the plus. Right, but and then Chris Middleton, while he okay, he was inefficient, very inefficient because he shot 413 in game one and he had seven turnovers, like you say. But just before he got hurt on for in that very next game or whatever, he was shooting like 60% or whatnot. But I'm not looking at it about the points or anything like that. I'm looking at the value that he brings. And for us to sit up here and just okay, look, Coach Budenholzer is more on the hot seat more than anything along with Giannis. And look, I'm not giving Giannis no passes in Young. I like Giannis, but Giannis gonna have to step up as well as Portis, as well as other guys in the series too as well. Drew Holiday, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Hold on one sec. You said to be honest. Hold on. Let me get these comments, Young, because they coming in. Okay. You say Giannis is still the best player on the. Okay, listen, Young. You know this. There's a diff. Okay, I put to you like this. This is a perfect example. You're saying Giannis is the best player. Okay, Luca is the best player, but the most important player. We got to look at players that are important. Jalen Brunson is the most important. I've said that time and time again. Young probably sick of me hearing it. And guess what? They won. They won without Luca, right? Am I mistaken? Did I smoke some good weed on 420 or something? Because last time I checked, they won without Luca, and they've been winning without Luca. Right. Okay. Now check this out too. You talk about all this best. We're not talking about the best. We're talking about the most important, Young and
Mm-hmm.
immortal. I mean, Timothy. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead.
You got it, man.
Oh me? I mean,
Yeah, nah, because I was responding to what
I mean,
Timothy has said.
yeah. Like I say, it's really sad, 'cause, because with Milton, we definitely have Milton, it's gone for 2 4 weeks now. But I believe in like they need to get more rebounds, play better defense, hit shots more consistently, and it's so they can if they want to get this win in game 3, um, because they're gonna have to adjust and play on without them. Because if the Bulls win this, oof, it's definitely gonna be bad.
Do you? Let me ask you this, Young. Do you believe that Phoenix is gonna win without Devin Booker?
Against the Pelicans.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's uh
Because let's put this into account. They're above 500. I want people to understand this. Phoenix is above 500 without D Book and without Chris Paul. They was like six. I mean 8-6 without Devin Booker, and then it was I forget their record. Maybe you could look it up. But I know they were above 500 with or without Chris Paul too. That's just evident of good coaching. That's why I think that the Phoenix Suns are still gonna win.
hmm. To me, I think they can. I think they can.
Demar- yeah, okay. You getting really ahead of yourself. Okay. Okay, look. All right. Yeah, he had a great game. But hey, he's been known to come up small, so we that remains to be seen. And DeRozan, he can't be the only one. He can't be the savior. Other guys got to step up too. You know that, Young,
hmm
Levine, Vucevic. Matter of fact, in game one, Vucevic was doing a lot of the work that a lot of people didn't see. It was Vucevic that was being the option in game one. DeMar wasn't
Uh,
doing nothing.
yeah, game one. I saw game one, and game one, I actually seen Kobe White improving. Was doing was doing in game one.
Do you want Houston Harden? Man, we not into. I mean, he played better in against the Raptors until he fouled out and everything. But nah, I'll take
Yeah.
Maxi. I'll take Maxi, the guy that nobody's talking about. Something that an adjustment that Doc Rivers needs to recognize that the offense should, as far as the second option, it should be Maxi, not James Harden.
Do you want Harden to average 30 or be a point guard?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
No, somebody said, do you want Harden to average 30 or be a point guard?
Oh, man, I don't want him to do. I want James Harden to give an effort on defense. Look, while I was upset that he fouled out, I'm happy and I'm pleased with the effort that he gave on defense. But he's got to move his feet instead of holding people. We were getting robbed of some of those calls, especially with Embiid that had that block, Young, on Anna Boy or whatever his name is. They called a foul on Embiid, and that wasn't no foul. That was all ball.
Mm-hmm.
That was an African block. That was a Hakeem Olajuwon block. That was a Dikembe Mutombo block. That was a Manute Bowl block. Shout out to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
What version of Harden do I want? Shit, you need to be asking Young that. I,
Okay, see Harden. Like
I want.
OKC Harden. I wanted the OKC Harden. The guy that played the six man just
Yeah. Hey, I was about to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth. I want the humble Harden, the Harden that was, before the long beard, the Harden that was just doing everything for the betterment of the team, the sixth man of the year, Harden that actually played defense coming out of Arizona State, coming out of that Compton. That's the Harden I want. Harden when he was before the belly, man. Before the belly. Take away anomalies. The Bucks would be up 2-0. Milwaukee is a better team because the Bulls rely on anomalies to beat Milwaukee in Game 7. I mean, look, bottom line is they still got to get it done regardless. And on any given night, any team could get it. Hey, Minnesota won last night, right? They up 2-0, right? I mean, 2-1. No, Memphis won. I'm sorry. Memphis won last night. Sorry about that. They up 2-1. And my point was is that Minnesota had a big lead in that game, and they crawled back in that bitch, didn't they, Young?
ooh, Ja Morant, yeah.
Shoot, John Moran, it was motherfucker Williams, uh, Dylan Brooks didn't do that good. Combination of Jared Jackson Jr., whole bunch of other guys, man. You said what version of but man, look, I don't. I just want him to just go out there and play hard, man. Us celebrating against a Raptors team that don't have Scotty Barnes, who Young likes. He likes Scotty Barnes, dog, and they undersized. Come on, man, dog. Do you know what our
Scotty
bench is,
Barnes.
huh?
Evan Mobley.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought you liked Scotty Barnes. I'm sorry.
no,
Wait,
Evan, no,
I
Evan
thought you either
Mobley.
like him or Cade Cunningham. My
No,
bad.
Evan Mobley, rookie of the year. Rookie of the year,
Okay.
Evan Mobley.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I mean there's an argument there though, man. Because Cade Cunningham, man, he wasn't getting the publicity, man. But Cade Cunningham was killing, man.
I would say Evan Mobley, but you got to know his play style. Evan Mobley play style. It kind of has that young KG. That
You
young.
you you said Harden lost his powers messing with Kim Kardashian. Hey, that was his decision. Yeah, you can't let no female man knock you off your premise.
I wouldn't say Kardashian. I say he lost. To me, he lost. If we're gonna talk about basketball wise, he lost his power when they lost to the Warriors in the conference finals. In the Western Conference Finals, that's when he lost his power.
Man, he lost his powers against Golden State. He lost his powers against goddamn San Antonio. I mean, you knew his powers were slipping when he got blocked by Ginobili. You knew his powers were slipping, man, when he shot poorly against Golden State, very inefficient from 3 pointers, and
Mhm.
put the icing on the cake too as well. Young, guess what? He lost his powers when he set a record for turnovers in playoffs. That's when he lost his powers. But they don't talk about that. They glorify this motherfucker. Now they want to just start. Oh, what skill, man? James Harden, that motherfucker. What the hell they be saying? Been talking about that shit. We been on Harden. Some of y'all in here, I'm crying. Oh, I'd rather play with Harden than Russell Westbrook. You said what Harden we need in order to win it. I mean, you need a Harden like Young said. He couldn't have said it no better. You need a OKC Harden, but the likelihood of that happening is not gonna happen. He's too set in his ways, man. He gonna come out and be inefficient like he been. James Harden was up until the other day. He was shooting 37%. He was shooting like 37% and shooting 20% from three. He shot 50% the previous game. He shot pretty decent. Pretty good actually. The last game, but he just got into foul trouble. Ended up fouling out. Maxey actually had more turnovers than he did, but the previous game before that, James Harden led everybody in turnovers. A combination of him and Embiid. You said if the Bucks do their norm, the Bucks are going to run the Bulls team out the gym. Yeah, I agree with that. You agree with that, Young?
Mm-hmm. If the Bucks do they norm, the Bucks do their norm. The Bucks are going to run the Bulls team out the gym tonight. We'll see. We'll see tonight. What Harden? What Harden we need in order to win the championship? That's it's just like I said, the OKC Thunder. Okay, OKC Harden. Just let be the backup. Be there. For B. But B's not playing well. If B's not, if B gets hurt or he's not playing well, hard. That's when Harden got to step up.
Yeah, that's facts. Man, look, you know the playoffs is where you make your name. Look here. A lot of people they knock a guy like Kawhi Leonard, right? They be like, oh man, his regular season numbers and stuff like that. Well, guess what? He became immortal in the playoffs. Just like yesterday, Young. How much you think Shaquille O'Neal averaged in the finals?
What year we talking about?
I'm talking about all of them together. But I mean, if you his total numbers in the finals.
In the finals. All right.
Yeah,
If you want to compare his numbers in the finals,
because I already know it.
let me just think.
He averaged 36 and
I was,
15.
I think
36 and
around,
15.
yeah, I think around,
30 he was 30 35 point
yeah,
something and 15.2 rebounds per
yeah.
game. Hey, but Shaq was horrible in the regular season in terms of his conditioning and all that other stuff. But when the finals came, that's why he was a three-time finals MVP. Went to another level.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying? Michael Jordan probably played like shit. He wasn't no MVP a couple of times. Charles Barkley got it. What's his name? Karl Malone got it right. Guess what? In the finals, MJ showed up. Cause you know what I'm saying? That regular season stuff, man. All that stuff. You know, you talk about Jokic, PER. Man, I like Jokic and stuff, but man, you getting exposed right now. Jokic, and he had a phenomenal game. I think he had 37 yesterday, 37 and something. But I mean, all that stuff don't mean nothing, man. Once you get to the playoffs, it's a whole nother level.
Hmm.
But everybody feels like Phoenix is in trouble. I know me and the brother Ticket we talked yesterday.
Right.
He feel like the Pelicans is gonna win. I disagree, but he got a good argument. You know what I'm saying? Off the premise that the only reason I give him uh somewhat of it is just the fact that the Pelicans they're leading Phoenix in terms of
Mhm.
regular season play.
Right.
But the brilliance mind of Monty Williams, he'll be able to adjust. But somebody brought up earlier, they said the other guys need to step up like Aiden, Cameron Payne, of course CP3, um, and Mikael Bridges, all them guys, and Crowder, Clam Chowder, as shout out to Carcino as he called him.
Yeah, I remember Jared Crowder.
Shout out to Carcino,
That's
one
I'm
crack
so
news.
awesome. He
Yeah,
always
Clam
making up.
Chowder, he
He
got to
always
step up,
making up
man.
names. I remember he called the Rosen the Frozen. Like
He was the first one to do it,
the Frozen.
and now everybody taking it. Shout out to Carcino, man.
The Frozen.
You know, they even all these references about LeBron James. You'll be all right. You tough, right? They took that from him too. So I make sure I stamp people's just do before I say anything. You know what I'm saying? But man, Young, that boy Young done pulled up on your boy. Man, you be coming out of the woodworks, man. Like you be coming out of nowhere. But I know you've been
Yeah.
working, man. What you got cooking up, man?
Just starving. Trying to go to L.A. on May. Um,
Oh, okay.
trying to do that.
I
Around.
thought you didn't you just went out there though. You just
Yeah, I went there. Yeah, I went there before. I think I'm gonna stay there permanently. In L.A.
Oh, you gonna move.
Yeah.
What? Oh, okay, yeah, man. So you trying to attack that music thing for real, huh?
Hmm.
So you found some you found a good team out there and everything.
My cousin, yeah, my cousin, she live around LA, so she know a lot of people there. So I feel like why not just go there for the summer, and it's for the summer. It'll be around the summer, so that'd be good.
All right, I'm gonna listen to Young Mustard on that beat, ho.
Boy, bitch, I know, boy, bitch, and something. Vujovic and Thompson can't go to the 3 point line to stop Brook Lopez. They're gonna put themselves at risk to let Giannis cook in the paint down low.
I mean, look,
Hmm.
uh, Vucevic. Hold on. Let me pull up Vucevic right now.
Why? Why is he doing that? I feel like that game too. I feel like the Rosen, he stepped up because after the disappointment he had in
Yeah, he
game one.
did.
In game one, he realized and he said on the tweet that I'm not going for I'm not going for over
Oh,
30. Like, yeah.
oh, okay. Look, hey, young. Why everybody talking shit about Vucevic? Look, he had a double double. He had 24 and 13. And then the previous game, now he shot inefficient. He was 9 for 17 that first game. 9 for 27 actually. That was horrible. But he
Mm-hmm.
had 17 rebounds. But he played horrible that game. But he had 24 the next game. He was way more inefficient. He was 10 of 18.
They stepped
So
up.
that last game, Vucevic was doing a lot of the work. I understand what you were saying now about Vucevic that first game. Now I understand because he was very inefficient.
And also like uh game also my man my boy Levine, he was out there, was getting his was getting his was attacking the rim in the game because he didn't because the game one though he was missing a lot of shots. He was making some little early, but he was missing a lot of shots at that game one. But I see how game two, I see him, got a little bit better, trying to attack the rim, you know, like definitely give respect to my man Levine for that. Um,
Levine, man, I'm just man. Listen, young, I'm gonna be real. I hope he don't leave, man. Yeah, I don't want Levine to leave, but I'm not gonna be surprised if he does, man.
if he
I mean,
leaves,
well,
again,
yeah, man. He's feeling like DeRozan. They're making him the main guy, stuff like that. And it's gonna be kind of like the a quiet Baker Mayfield type of situation. Like, damn, how you gonna bring this motherfucker in here? And y'all supposed to be building around me.
um, I mean when the contract's up,
Yeah, I mean he playing, and well, again that's what he playing for. Him and Harden. Who else playing for a contract or an extension?
Mhm. I
Those are the
mean,
only ones I could really think of
I mean,
off
it
the
don't
top of
happen.
my.
I mean, it can happen. Nobody, it can happen. You know. That's why I feel like I was upset when T Wolves had traded him. I feel like they would never trade him. They would have been solid.
Because they gonna try to. If he go to LA, man, that's something. He ended up going to like LA and AD coming to
I
Chicago.
I
Where? Go ahead,
I
go
know
ahead,
'cause
y'all.
I heard the Lakers want him.
Man, he is not gonna be able to play the same. They gonna make him. Hey, they gonna make him a scapegoat, just like they did Russell Westbrook, man. Oh well, Levine. It's Levine's fault.
That's why I like, bro. Y'all gotta stop. I said, boy, you leave my boy alone.
Nah, and I
That ain't
like
his fault.
Levine. I like Levine, man, but he's
I knew he was
feeling
gonna
you.
be. I knew he was gonna be something when he was in the draft. When he was in the NBA draft, he was focused on Wiggins and on Jabari Parker,
Hmm.
and all them. I was like, yo, I said that dude right there, and I was like, yo, that dude right there. They said all Wiggins. I said, yo, that dude right there, that Levine dude, he's gonna be something. Just give him a little bit of time. Watch how he is like
Guess who they was comparing him to, young?
Kobe.
Yep.
I know it.
Hmm.
It was comparing him to
Yeah,
Kobe.
they was, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, but he was really athletic and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like his injuries had set him back, especially in Minnesota. But
Well, he
man,
didn't really have injuries like that when he was in Minnesota. Mm.
who didn't have injuries?
Levine.
Yeah, he did.
When?
Dog, he was constantly getting hurt.
In Chicago?
No, in Minnesota.
Really? I
Let's
never
go.
seen
Let's go
that.
back. Let's go back.
I rarely see him get hurt in Timberwolves.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go back.
You
I
sure I
know you want to
remember
try
that?
to injury. Uh, in Minnesota. All right. Remember, he had he had a torn ACL.
That's one.
He had a torn ACL. Ended up missing the. Hold on one second. Give me. Hold on one second. I'm trying to go through the history. He had a torn. He had a torn ACL in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up missing the whole season, and on top of that, he broke his ankle in 2018.
Right.
And then that's when he started. He did all right and everything. He came back and stuff, and then he ended up missing some of this year. He didn't. He got injured in 2020 or whatever. So it was his quad.
That was in Chicago. He was 2020 was in
Yeah,
Minnesota.
Chicago.
Technically, Minnesota got 2 or 3 injuries.
But I'm saying that ACL,
Mm.
in my opinion, because he missed the season, man.
Yeah.
And really couldn't. And then he ended up breaking his ankle the following time. What's up with it, Kev Cook? Man, you late, man. Me and Young, we got the roll. Man, Young, hey, keep working at that music, bro,
Mm-hmm.
and be safe out there in that LA, man. I appreciate everybody pulling up. I appreciate Haiti in the building. My brother from another mother, Young, Sterling Young. Make sure y'all like the video, share it, subscribe, hit the notifications so that you're notified, man. Polo Sports Talking Entertainment, man. I'm gonna get at y'all later, man.